Good morning, friends. My today's topic is landmark case law. Name is Kesavananda Bharti. Firstly, I would like to introduce you who was Kesavananda Bharti. Kesavananda Bharti was the head of Adnir Mutt, a religious institute in Kerala. He was a spiritual leader. I am judging he was, as he is no more now, in 2020. He was not on our earth and has gone to supreme power. He was spiritual leader committed to the welfare of his followers and the preservation of Mutt heritage and properties. His name became immortalized in Indian legal history through the Kesavananda Bharti versus State of Kerala 1973 case, which I am discussing with you in this video, which established the doctrine of basic structure of the Indian Constitution. If I go to the background of the case, that is, in 1969, the Kerala government enacted land reforms under the Kerala Land Reforms Act, aiming to redistribute land to the landless. This reform directly impacted the property owned by the Adnir Mutt. Fearing the loss of the Mutt property, Kesavananda Bharti filed a petition under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution, claiming that his fundamental rights to manage religious properties are protected under Article 25, 26, and 31 of the Constitution of India, which are being violated. This was the issue. So the issues raised are, what is the extent of parliamentary power? Could Parliament amend any part of the Constitution, including fundamental rights? Second was balance between fundamental right and directive principles, as both the provisions are in the Constitution of India. So how to reconcile individual rights with socio-economic reforms aimed at achieving social justice? Third one was judicial review. Whether the judiciary had the authority to strike down constitutional amendments. These were the three issues which were raised in the petition. Honorable Supreme Court verdict on this issue. The case was heard by a 13-judge constitutional bench, the largest in Indian judiciary. The judgment, delivered on April 24th, 1973, was a 7-7/6 majority decision. 7 were in favor and 6 were not in favor. Then, what are the key elements in the ruling, which I am going to explain you? Number one, Parliament's power to amend. It said that Parliament has the power to amend the Constitution under Article 368. So there is no dispute Parliament can amend the Constitution. However, this power is not unlimited. Amendments cannot destroy or alter the basic structure of the Constitution. Basic structure doctrine, the court identified certain features as part of the Constitution's basic structures. What are those? First one is supremacy of the Constitution. Second one is secularism and democracy. Third one is separation of powers. Fourth one is judicial review. So these principles cannot be amended even by Parliament. Third one was who is the supreme, fundamental rights or directive principles. So this was also the issue therein. The courts, by its judgment, struck a balance holding that neither fundamental rights nor directive principles are absolute. They must coexist harmoniously. So the doctrine of harmonious construction of fundamental rights and directive principles are also laid down in the judgment. Now, when this is such an important judgment, where basic structure doctrine was put into, highlighted first time in Indian judiciary, second by the harmonious constitution, so it might have a significance effect on our judicial system. What are those? First one is judicial independence. The ruling upheld the judiciary's power to review and strike down amendments that violate the basic structure. The first issue, which I decided, judicial review. Second one was limit on parliamentary power. It ensured that no political majority could fundamentally alter the Constitution's core principles. Third was landmark doctrine. We all know that was basic structure doctrine. The basic structure doctrine remains a cornerstone of the Indian constitutional law and has been invoked in numerous cases to protect constitutional integrity. Legacy and impact. Firstly, checks and balances. The judgment established a robust framework to prevent authoritarianism or misuse of power by Parliament. Subsequent challenges. The doctrine has been upheld in several landmark cases, including Indira Gandhi election case of 1975 and Minerva Mill case of 1980. Global influence. This doctrine of basic structure has such a wider effect. The basic structure doctrine has inspired constitutional jurisprudence in other democracies, particularly in South Asia. Now, Kesavananda Bharti's role. Although Kesavananda Bharti initiated the case for his religious institution to save his property, his name became synonymous with the protection of constitutional democracy in India. Over time, he was seen as a symbol of delicate balance between state power and individual rights. Despite his historical role in legal history, Kesavananda Bharti remained a spiritual figure focusing on the service of his mutt and devotees. He passed away on September 6, 2020, leaving behind an enduring legacy not only in the spiritual realm but also in shaping India's constitutional framework. So this is all about of this important case. God bless you all. I will cover all the 64 cases which are in advocate or court examination. So those friends who are going to appear in the next examination, which is going to be held in June 2025. So they please remain in contact with this channel, and they must subscribe so that they may get notifications of the future videos relating to advocate on record examination leading cases. That's all. God bless you all. See you in next video.